In today's video, we are going to talk about why do parents care about who you date. But first, I have a story for you. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Richard, and Richard was so enthused about his new girl. And because of the fact that Richard talked on and on and on about his new girl, his parents were very curious on who this girl was, what she was like, and so on and so forth. Now, Richard didn't seem to really care much about what his parents thought about his girl, yet the parents wanted to make sure that the girl that Richard was choosing for himself was a good fit, because they knew Richard had a slight problem. Richard had a problem of becoming infatuated with women who may or may not be actually the best fit for him, and then practically eloping with them, getting married, and getting divorced in the next 3 to 5 business days, if you know what I'm saying. So the parents wanted to make sure that Richard and the girl could be brought to the house first to make sure, this girl wasn't another wacko like the other 27 women that Richard had been with in marriage. So the time is set. It's 7:13, the exact time that dinner was planned, and Richard rolls up in his Toyota, and he gets out, and what's that? All of a sudden, the parents are hearing only 2 steps walking up to the front of the door. They don't hear 4 feet walking up to the door, and they're confused because Richard was supposed to bring his fiancée. He was supposed to bring the girl that he was in love with. He was supposed to bring this girl to the dinner. So they both look at each other like, oh boy, did this girl already dip out on him already? And they're getting ready to accept in their grieving son. And then they open the door only to find that there's Richard with a big smile on his face and a leash. And the parents look from Richard down the leash, and there, on the front patio/porch step, whatever the front deck is supposed to be called in front of the house, I can never figure out the difference between the two, but regardless, they look down and they see on this leash a rat. Yes, a rat, a furry, beastly, normal looking but excruciatingly gross looking rat on a leash. And Richard says, Mom, Dad, meet my girlfriend, meet my fiance, meet my love of my life, my 28th times a charm woman, this rat, Catlina. And of course, the first red flag of such a beast on a leash is, first of all, who would name a rat Catlina? Okay, that's the first red flag. And secondly, why would someone date a rat at all? So the parents, hoping not to judge, accept the boy in, help him sit down at the table, and while everyone else is eating salmon for dinner, the girl, the Catlina, the rat, is on the table scurrying around, nibbling at the tablecloth. Richard began talking about the dreams that he had with Catlina to go to Rome and go to Spain and to go to Atlantis itself. And he was getting excited to explore even the moon with Catlina. He had so many dreams. He was excited about being able to go off to work and have Catlina be able to take care of their adopted children. He was excited for the moments when Catlina would plug in her aux cord and play her favorite music, and he'd be able to hear the joys of her personal preference when it came to musical tunes. And the parents looked at each other, of Richard, the parents of Richard, and they said, son, something like that. Son? And they said, loving a rat likely won't get you those things that you want in a woman. And at that moment, Richard, because for the first time in 28 women, he realized, maybe I should get a second opinion on the person that I'm deciding to be with for the rest of my life. And that's when Richard took his hand, moved it down to tickle the back of Catlina, stroking her tail with his manicured nails. And he said, Catlina, I don't think we're a good fit. Do you understand the point of the story? If you do, you can shut off this video right now, but if you want me to elaborate on this topic a little bit, stay tuned for the rest of this episode of Love Stories with Grady. Hola, my name is Grady Wiseork, and I'm a 22-year-old boy who has never dated a girl longer than Yes, you guessed that and said it right. 22 hours. I am here in today's episode of Love Stories with Grady to talk about why do parents care about who you date. And if you are baffled by the genius of this rat story that took place in the beginning of this video, let me tell you that I came up with this roughly 2 minutes before I started filming. So if you're a little confused by what the point was, it may be because of my lack of planning. But let's make this video a quick one and simply ask a question raised in this book, Facts of Life and Love for Teenagers, that was written in 1957 by Evelyn Millis Duvall. Let's ask the question, why do parents care about who their kids date? Whether you're a teenager, whether you're 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, and still single and your parents are still alive, whatever the age may be, why do your parents care about who you are with? And obviously, disclaimer, do all parents care about who their kids are with? No, not all parents do. Am I speaking in generalizations? Yes, maybe. Do sometimes parents care too much about who their kids are with? Yes, maybe. Do sometimes parents want different things for their child's partner than the child, him or herself, wants? Yes, maybe. However, it is wise, I would recommend this, and this is the whole point of this video, it is wise, in my humble opinion, to actually use 2 ears. And when you are in the midst of these feelings and uncertain about how you view a certain someone, and are actually maybe very sure about how you view this certain someone, and feel almost infatuated and in love. Not just infatuated and not just in love, but both combined in this mix of purely romantic glory. It might be good at this moment in time, whether it's listening to your friends' opinions because they likely care about who you end up with, or your parents' opinions because they also care about what's best for you in general, right? It might be good in those moments to think, while these feelings of affection might be slightly overtaking some of the logic in my situation, I might as well ask for a second opinion from someone else. Now that, my friends, is a genius move. One of the things that I've found in my generation, maybe it's more the case with teenagers growing up rather than people in their 20s, but sometimes people try to find partners that are different than what their parents want for them, not because that's what the person himself or herself are actually interested in, but because they're hoping to tick off the parents. So for example, let's go back to the Richard scenario. The Richard scenario, he literally did think he was in love with the rat, but let's just say he brought home the rat in order to take off his parents. My question is, who does that help? Who does it help to bring a rat-like woman or a rat-like man home to the parents just to take off the parents? How is that good communication? How is that a good relationship? How is that actually moving anything forward in life? Whether it's your relationship with your parents or whether it's your relationship with that rat, aka that person that you probably shouldn't be with and probably don't even want to be with. Instead of choosing a partner simply to tick someone off, choose a partner because you actually want to be with that person. And once you choose that person, think logically about that choice. Final few comments. Let's say that you are about to meet someone else's parents. You are that partner that your boyfriend or girlfriend is bringing home in order for you to successfully meet the people that birthed him or her. What should you do? Step 1, grab some gum. Step 2, throw it in the mouth, chew it until your breath smells good. Step 3, take out the gum, throw it away, replace it with a new one because we all know your breath is not going to be cured with only one piece of gum. Step 4, be polite. Step 5, be honest. And step 6, be yourself. Ultimately, although it is wise to get a second opinion in any relationship, and it is key when everyone's telling you to be wary of red flags, it is key to listen to those people. On the flip side, something that you should always remember is that when it comes to relationships, the people who should most decide if you are a good fit for each other is the 2 people in that relationship. So when it comes down to it, don't stress too much what the family thinks of you. Just like you might not know what to expect of them, they themselves might not know what to expect from you. So it might take a while for them to get used to you. All right, that's all I have for this video. Here's my question to you though today. I want you to comment below and say, what do you think the worst animal would be to bring home to your parents on a meet my partner date? That's my question. Is it a hippo? Is it a giraffe? Is it a squirrel on a leash? Comment below, I want to hear from you. And while you're commenting, while you're typing, while you're thinking, you might as well hit that subscribe button. You might as well hit the notification bell. I don't know what it does. I don't hit the notification bell when anyone tells me to, but regardless, you should try it out here and let me know what happens. All right, thanks for watching this episode of Love Stories with Grady. My name's Grady, and I'm signing off, and I hope you have a fantastic time introducing your parents to your partner. Adios.